The morning routine. No one wants to start their mornings looking into a camera, but these are the moments you remember.
Daar het jy geslaap. Today is going to be a rough one. We still have about 480 kilometers to cover. We plan on getting as close to Kigali as possible. It is still about 330 kilometers to the border of Rwanda, and we have no idea what to expect when we get there. Jambo!
Give me 4. Customary by now, we stop at the first village, this time Kibondu, to get something locally prepared for breakfast. We buy some half cakes and something best described as a cross between a pita bread and pancakes. Not too bad at all.
And then, to our surprise, we run into some roadworks, actual roadworks in progress, and some newly built roads. Hopefully, this continue for a few kilometers so that we can catch up on some lost time. No such luck, but at least they are busy. Some hope for future travelers watching this video.
Times and places are all in who you share them with.
Waar trek ons nou, Joe?
Ons so 50 kilos voor die grenspost by Rwanda. Rusumo dink ek. Die laaste stukkie is die laaste 60 kilos tot voor die grens. Dis maar rof, die Chinese bou 'n nuwe pad hierso en die diversions is nie baie goed. Gelukkig is dit nie nat vandag nie. Dis ook aansienlik meer verkeer as waar ons gewoond is hier in Tanzanië, maar ek dink is die mainstream verkeer na die Rwanda toe.
We arrive at the Tanzanian side of the Rwandan border, and although very confusing, people are friendly and all signs and instructions are in English. My dad even makes a friend.
The Regional Rusumo Falls Hydroelectric Project, located on the Kagera River on the border between Rwanda and Tanzania. The Regional Rusumo Falls Hydroelectric Project is a hydropower project under joint development by Burundi, Rwanda and Tanzania.
Next up was the Rwandan side. Going in is always harder than going out. When it comes to planning for border crossings, we are useless. But somehow, Joe always finds his way out of tricky situations. I think he got an overdose of patience as a blessing. Unfortunately, that kind of luck always comes with time delays. While we wait, I might as well make some lunch from the leftover half cakes from this morning.
We made it! Finally we are in Rwanda, our first new country for this tour. Rwanda is a country with a very sad past. We look forward to learning more about the people and their history.
Although clinging to a truck while riding a bicycle is probably illegal all over the world, I cannot judge these guys. To ride up a steep hill like this must be torture.
We passed through our first villages in Rwanda and we are amazed. From the word go, you can see a proud, clean country. Judging by the traffic and the bicycle lanes, it seems the laws are strict and people abide by them.
With a population of about 14 million people living within a total area of 26,338 square kilometers, of which land accounts for about 93.7%. Rwanda is the 21st most densely populated country in the world, with an average of about 578 people per square kilometer.
7:30 at night and we arrive in Yamata. Now one thing about a country populated to the brim. Your 4 o'clock pull off the road and look for a camping spot rule flies out the window very quickly. We found Bugesera Lodge on iOverlander, the best app for traveling to these remote places by far. We arrived in pitch dark. Load shedding is apparently not only a South African problem. We were met by our host, the owner of the lodge, Jocelyn Christophe, a French Rwandan pharmacist who came to Rwanda in 1982 for humanitarian work and just never left. We checked in, had a beer or two with her and her son while discussing which sites to visit tomorrow, ate a pre-cooked meal and went straight to bed. Dit is die 19de vanoggend en ons is in Rwanda. Ons het gister oor die grens gekom, ons het nie gedink ons gaan dit maak oor die grensie, maar toe het ons, van die pad was beter as wat ons gedink het. Maar ons het gisteraand laat eers hier aangekom. So ons het, ek kan nou eers vanoggend 'n video maak om te wys hoe dit hier lyk. Dit is baie nice. Dit is Franse mense, 'n Franse vrou en 'n Rwandese man se eiendom. Baie lekker kampplek, groot. Hier is 'n restaurant, 'n bar en badkamergeriewe. As jy wil stort, maak hulle vir jou 'n chalet oop. Jy kan in die chalet stort. So vandag is 'n baie spesiale dag, is Joe se verjaarsdag. Joe, wat maak jou verjaarsdag die afgelope 6 jaar so spesiaal?
Vir die laaste 6 jaar verjaar ek nog elke jaar in 'n ander land. 2019 was Botswana. Toe 2020 was Suid-Afrika. 2021 was Namibië. 2022 was Tanzanië. 23 was Angola en 24 was Rwanda. En dis hoekom ek die voorreg het om sy stiker te plak.
Today we plan on visiting the Genocide Memorials at Nyamata and Ntarama. We know about the genocide in Rwanda, but nothing could prepare us for the emotional day that was ahead of us.
And welcome to Nyamata Genocide Memorial. My name is Eric. I'm a site manager for this memorial. And before we start to visit our Genocide Memorial, I need to give you briefly what happened here at the moment of genocide. Here was a Catholic church which became a carnage of more than 10,000 Tutsi. And in general, here buried more than 45,000 Tutsi. In more than 45,000 Tutsi, more than 10 killed here at this place, and other more than 45,000 Tutsi killed in the areas surrounded here, and they came to bury here in the mass graves.
Photography and videography are prohibited in the memorials due to the sensitive nature of the scenes on the inside. We did manage to find a few images online. Please note, this is not for sensitive viewers.
Ons het die Genocide Museum, eintlik die kerk besoek waar die 10.000 vrouens en kinders is in hierdie kerk ingesit en hulle mans was buite. Die mans het buite gestaan om te probeer om die vrouens te beskerm. Toe skiet hulle eers al die mans buite dood en toe skiet hulle al die vrouens en kinders binne in die kerk dood. En hulle het hulle geskiet en 'n granaat binne in die kerk ingegooi om hulle dood te maak. Dies wat hulle nie kon doodkry op daai manier nie, het hulle met machetes na die tyd doodgeslaan. Hy het ons verduidelik, hulle het die kinders, hulle het sout en peper speserye in die kerk gegooi na die tyd om te sien wie lewe nog van die babietjies. En daarna het hulle die babietjies gevat en hulle baie wreed teen die mure en teen die doopvont doodgeslaan. Dit is verskriklik. Hier is kiste en kiste vol beenderre van 45.000 mense wat hier so in massagrafte begrawe is. En binne in die kerk is daar klere en ook kiste. Sê omtrent 30 of 40 kiste wat bene van mense in het wat hier dood is. Baie emosioneel. En nou na die tyd, na alles nou verby is, het hulle 'n nuwe kerk gebou. Baie mooi groot kerk, wat nou die nuwe kerk is. Hoor net 'n mooi singkoor. Nou is ons by Ntarama se Genocide Memorial.
Ntarama Genocide Memorial is a solemn site that commemorates the victims of the 1994 Rwandan genocide. Located in the village of Ntarama, the memorial was established at the site of the church where many were killed. It features a museum that provides insight into the tragic events and stories of those who lost their lives. Visitors can explore exhibits that reflect on the impact of the genocide, aimed at prompting awareness and understanding of this dark chapter in history. The memorial serves not only as a place of mourning, but also as a call to prevent future atrocities. Once again, stock photos are used as photography is not allowed. For more info on the genocide in Rwanda, we have left a few links in the description.
After a very emotional morning, we decided to go to Kigali. At first we wanted to go to the Genocide Museum, but we had enough sadness for one day. We have been to a few cities in Africa and seen plenty of tuk-tuks and motorcycles, but nothing compares to Kigali. This is also the first country that we have seen all drivers and passengers wear helmets.
We took the camper for a proper wash and did some essential shopping before heading back to Bogosera Lodge.
Ag Rwandese maal wat ons vanaand eet. Tonight we are having a traditional Rwandan dinner in the restaurant for Joe's birthday. Our hosts joined us in celebrating.
Can you tell me some words in Afrikaans.
Afrikaans.
This one.
The Afrikaans. With the way they is it the really?
You must remember lekker.
Happy
Because was lekker.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joe. Happy birthday to you.
Today we are headed for the Ugandan border. We would probably spend one more night in Rwanda just before we reach the border. Depending on the road conditions, it is about 160 kilometers to the border.
The route takes us back through Kigali, and it didn't take long to realize why Rwanda is called the land of 1,000 hills. Even though every hill is occupied or used for agriculture, one is reminded of the rolling hills of Switzerland.
Road conditions are excellent. Occasionally you run into traffic, but if you stick to the speed limit and drive on the right side of the road, your journey through Rwanda is an absolute pleasure.
Ruangeri is the last main town before you reach the border. This town has an airport and it is the main flying hub for tourists visiting Volcanoes National Park. It is a bustling city with restaurants, tourists and game viewing vehicles everywhere. We are starting to see more and more signs that gorillas are the main attraction in these parts. From here, it is another 37 kilometers to the border. If you wanted to stay another night in Rwanda, this would be the place. But it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon and we decide to push ahead.
Not knowing what the fuel situation would be in Uganda, we decided to fill up just before the border. We hand out some clothes to these adorable kids and give them a photo, much to the amusement of the grown-ups standing around.
Foto.
As usual, the country you exit has no problem with you leaving. The challenge comes when you want to enter the next one. The Rwanda-Uganda border is a small border and there are friendly people around offering help, but it is a time-consuming process.
One thing we did check before embarking on this journey is if we needed visas for any of the countries we would be visiting. To our knowledge, we do not need a visa for any of them. Apparently, the officials at the Uganda border post had different information. Before we could carry on, we needed to buy a visa. Very conveniently, at the official behind the glass window. The visas cost us $50 per person. 2 hours later, and much lighter in the pocket, we were in Uganda.
From the border, it's only 10 kilometers to Kisoro and another 8 to Lake Mutanda, where we are staying tonight.
So, sonder dat ons dit eintlik beplan het, slaap ons al vanaand in Uganda. Ek het vir ons 'n kampplek gekry en toe ons weer sien toe is die grens voor ons. So toe is die kamp eers na die grens en toe besluit ons reis sommer tot waar ons môre moet wees. So ons is vanaand net buite Kisoro by 'n community kamp op 'n meer. Ek moet nou kyk wat sy naam is. Ja, ek is 'n bietjie reënerig. Dit is nou nie kerkdroog soos al die ander nie, maar en ek dink dat jy kan vra vir 'n beter spot nie.
We barely had our camp set up before it started pouring with rain.
Langs die meer, nie?
Wat eet ons vanaand?
Hoenderpastei met basmati rys. Ons rys is reg, hy's gestoom 100% gaar.
En hoe lyk die paai?
En ons paai is reg vir eet.
We ended off the day with dinner on the deck while sharing some stories of the day.
Jy daarom lekker gestort.
Ja, dat was baie snaaks. Opas het die trap in jou skoen, dis net al skoenies. En sy het hulle skree maar skoens weg.
Join us next time to see what we get up to in Kisoro.